Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So it's recording. Okay, let me go back here. I hope I'm sharing the right screen. So here. Okay, so relationships, we are going to create them. Every box or oval will be a relationship. So we start with here. We have this guy. Let's call him Python. That's one common thing we have so far. Through Python, we create friends. So we have, this is Python. Okay, this is not good. Let me go back and change to that. Okay, so we have, that is Python. Through Python, we met, right? And now we are going to create relationships. So we have Python as a class. That's the common thing about us all. That's Python programming class. Then Python made me meet different people. So me, I'm gonna be here. So my name, then Python also made me meet other people. So we have a relationship with different people through Python. That's here. So I learned Python. Then Python made me know. Okay. I'm gonna give different people. Okay, hold on. Just different options. Copy that. Okay. Hold on, hold on, please. Hello. Hello. Okay, my apologies there. So we have, I'm gonna give this one, and then we have another relationship. So these are all students. It's 2, another student, 3, another student, another student, another student. So we have, we're gonna say Esther. In any order, it doesn't really matter here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and give this one to Emily. Okay. Let's give one to Joseph. So we're going to be fair here. So, you know, every person here will be a node. All these people are nodes. And every node has a label. And every label here will be a student. This person here, we are going to give him, is also a node. But this one will be, you can call him instructor or a teacher, whatever is available for him. So we have the relationship come from Python class, to Esther, Python class to Emily, Python class to Ruth, Python class to Nancy, Python class to Ibrea, Python class to Brenda, and Python class to Joseph, in any order. Now remember, I teach Python. Python is now being shared to Esther, Emily, Ruth, Nancy, Ibrea, Brenda, and Joseph. And all these are students, but this is just a teacher. So we say this is here, it's a class. And this one here is an instructor. Now this will be a student all along, okay? So we have a relationship, but this is a node, that's a node, it's a node, it's a node, but remember, all these people, they are students, but now they have a relationship with each other. So Esther knows Emily, and Emily knows Esther. So Emily is a friend to Esther, and Esther is a friend to Emily. So we have Emily. Okay, let's go back. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay. All right, so we come here. Now this relationship is two-way. Esther and Emily, they talk, they're friends. Emily and Ruth, they're friends. Ruth and Nancy, they're friends. Nancy, Ibrea, they're friends. Brenda and Ibrea, they're friends. And Joseph is a friend to Brenda. But remember, we can also say Joseph knows Esther. Esther will also claim to have known Joseph. Brenda knows Esther. Esther also knows Brenda. And that goes two-way. But what if Ibrea, for example, knows Esther, but Esther does not know Ibrea? Then that's going to be one direction. So Ibrea can claim to know Esther, but Esther does not know Ibrea. So that's going to be one directional. Brenda knows Emily, and Emily also knows Brenda. You can say Brenda knows Ruth, and Ruth probably does not know Brenda. So that's going to be one direction. So all these are nodes and they have relationships. So we are going to go back here and do an exercise. Let me see. I don't know if you can still see my screen. So I shared some booklet here, and I'm going to use it to illustrate some of our points here. So this could be a very small household, and the household belongs to the graphs. So this is Charlotte, this is Alice, and that's Bob. These are people, they are persons, they are nodes. Now, Bob is a husband to Alice. Alice is a wife to Bob. Alice and Bob, they live together at Euler Avenue, Street 1707. So Bob lives at this address. Alice lives at the same address. This happens to be a house, so it's a node. Charlotte lives at the same address. Charlotte calls Bob her dad. Charlotte also calls Alice her mom. Charlotte is also a person. Okay. Now Bob owns a car, and the car Bob owns is a BMW i3 series. He's the owner, and he's also the driver. Alice does not own this car, but Alice has access to the car and she can drive it. Okay. Bob does not own this car. It's a Tesla Model 3. The car belongs to Alice, but Bob can drive this car whenever it's available. So Bob can drive the car but does not own it. Alice owns this car and she's also a driver. So basically we covered everything. We have the node, 2 nodes are for the car, 1 node for the house, 3 nodes for the people, the person, the father, the mother, and the daughter. There are 2 cars, each are respectively owned by Bob and Alice, and they both drive, but they can also drive each other's cars. This tells us that Charlotte does not own a car, but she lives in this house with her parents. That means Charlotte either does not want to drive the car or she's underage. We don't know how old she is. And that's a relationship of a graph, showing a family with its home and vehicles. So you may infer some of this relationship between 3 people, which we just did. Their common last names is Graph, okay? And then the relationship between them makes it very explicit, and you can tell that they share the same last name. It's Alice, Charlotte, and Bob. Mother's daughter and father. Okay. So if you were to put that into perspective in a Neo4j browser, then we'll be able to build a database. Now let's see here. For example, we have this one here. Okay. Now this is an insurance company, and this is a car. This is a person. This is an accident. Okay. I don't wish this on anybody, but I'm going to use me as an example. So I have a car, and my name here is Ndede. I drive that car. This car is insured. So the insurance company is insured, has insured this car for me. I pay for that. So between me and the insurance, we have a contract. I renew this contract every 6 months. The insurance is covered. The name of the insurance company, let's say Allstate. So I drive the car and the car is insured and I have a contract with the insurance company. Okay. I have an accident right there. I have an accident with this car. So the accident is involved in, I'm involved in an accident in this car. Yeah. And let's say I'm the only person, so I'm the witness to the accident. And the accident occurs at a particular location, which probably where I live or where I work at. Okay? So this graph model for a car insurance can help us in fraud investigation. That takes us back to what we talked about as a fraud investigation tool. So we can use Neo4j as a graph database to help us in fraud investigation. And right here, this can help us in contact tracing. If she drives my car and I drive her car, I can easily get infected with whatever that, let's say corona. And we live in the same house, we share so many things in common here too. She can infect me, I can infect her, and we can also infect our daughter, right? So that's one way of looking at the contact tracing. Because we share one same address, we share the car, and our names are also shared, last name. Right there, let me see. Right there we share personally, one person, drive the car, have the insurance, have an accident, cars at the particular location. This can help us in seeing if it's a fraud, if fraud is involved or not. Okay. We have another example here. We are refining the model. So here, you can also use this in social recommendation system. If you are familiar with YouTube or you're familiar with Amazon, e-commerce, or even in Netflix, you can go online, watch a movie or watch a video clip. When you're done, immediately give you recommendation which are going to be in line with what you just watched. So, or you can go to Amazon.com, you shop around, let's say you buy, let's say a cologne. When you are just about to check out, it will give you suggestions. It will tell you, hey, Emily, by the way, did you know that the cologne you're just buying for your husband, so many people bought the cologne. They also bought this cologne with this particular, let's say, handkerchief or this type of tie. So they give you recommendation. So if you were in a position to buy something in addition to that, that will be a way of you being recommended an additional item to purchase. So in here, you could be talking of like this being a customer, it's a customer and a customer. So this could be here, could be Esther, this could be Ruth, and that could be Emily. They are all three friends. Emily goes and buy a product. let's say you bought this product, which is, let's say you just bought some earpiece for your microphone headsets. Okay, so you bought it from Amazon, so it's under the classification of being a headset or a headphone. So you bought it straight, right? But you share the friendship between you, and this is here being Esther. Esther might not have the interest to buy the item, but Esther is also a friend to Ruth. So Esther knows that you bought something. Okay, let me go ahead and do this real quick once, so we can get it. This is going to be very slow, so I'm not in a hurry. So this one is going to be Emily. And this will be Esther. And this will be Ruth. Okay. And this will be, let's say the product, we say this is Amazon, so we buy it from Amazon. Whatever we buy, we classify it under the name of headphones. So Emily bought from Amazon, but Emily happens to be a friend to Esther. And Esther is also a friend to Emily. So they share back and forth. And the same, Esther is a friend to Ruth. They share also a lot in common, so they share back and forth. Okay. So that makes Esther be able to tell Emily, okay, no, that makes Emily be able to tell Esther what she bought from Amazon. Say, hey, I got this very good deal on Amazon about a very good headset, which I've been looking for a long time. And then Esther will say, hey, Ruth, do you know, I just talked to Esther. Esther will tell Ruth, hey, Ruth, do you know I just talked to Emily? Emily told me she got a very good deal online. But I still like the headset I have, but I just want to let you know in case, because I heard you one day you were talking of, like you wanted to upgrade your headset. So Ruth will go online, right? Ruth will go ahead and search. She'll go and search under the same classification on Amazon for that. So the decision for her to buy or not will depend on whether she wants it or she has the money to do so. So this is a recommendation system which is based on social network, or social recommendation system that leads a user to a potential purchase. Good so far, right? Okay. So let's go. I'm basically throwing stuff at you. So you're gonna go ahead and ask questions, digest it. Now, when you read this book, if you have time, then you'll be able to make head or tail of what it means. Okay, here we have a flight and the time of flight and how much it costs. Here is a warehouse location somewhere in Brisbane, say Australia. And this is in Melbourne, Australia. The train and the time and the cost. The location here of the warehouse is in Sydney, Australia. We have the time and the cost, and this is also a train. So what we're trying to do here is a simple logistic network. Now, this can be very much in line with what Emily and Esther and Idris are doing in terms of your flight reservation system. So what we're trying to figure out here is we have friends, okay? One is known as Rosa, another one is known as Carl, and the other one is known as Jeremy. They are all friends, but remember, they are also customers. They are customers to this. Okay, let me take it back just for a minute. Let me go back for a minute. I'm gonna, instead of call this guy Rosa, I'm gonna call them, let me call this one Ruth. Okay, so we can make it more in line with what we just did. Okay, let's call this one here Esther, and then we're gonna call this one here Jeremy. I'm sorry, Emily. Okay. So Emily, Esther, and Ruth are all friends. They are also all customers. Now they are not going to Amazon, but they, in addition to that, they also live in somewhere in Australia in different locations, and they share quite a number of things in common, including shopping online. So Esther, Emily, and Ruth, they are customers and they are friends. Ruth will search for the headsets, which Esther made aware that Emily bought online at Amazon. So Ruth will search for the headsets. Okay. And then Emily, remember, bought the headset, and the headset type and the brand is Acme. So she bought it. Okay. And then Esther, Emily bought this from him. But remember, the item is not virtually online. The item is actually stored in a warehouse somewhere in Brisbane. It has to be shipped out. The shipment from Brisbane takes about 4 hours to arrive at Melbourne. Maybe this is a flight and it costs $10. But the same shipment from Brisbane can go by train, okay, straight to Sydney, and it will take about 16 hours and it will cost $1. This is logistics. And the same shipment can also go by road from Sydney to Melbourne, and it will take 14 hours and it only costs 50 cents. Alternatively, we can ship the same shipment of whatever Emily bought, from Sydney straight to Melbourne, and it will take $1, but it will take 10 hours. So here, you basically have all the variables, how much it costs, all the relationship of the nodes. So we know there are 3 friends. These friends, they talk between them. They have a lot in common. Esther talked to Emily. Emily told Esther, hey, Esther, I got a very good piece of headset online. I really like it. But remember, Emily did not tell Ruth. But now Emily did not tell Ruth, but Ruth heard it from Esther. Ruth heard it from Esther. And now Ruth, as a result of hearing, she wants to go online and just check it out. Okay. So Ruth might go online, check it out, and then decide to buy it. But her buying might be, she does not need it so immediately. So she might just decide to go on the road. It might take 14 hours, or this could be 14 days, but it's gonna cost 50 cents. So whatever Ruth paid will probably be different from whatever Emily paid. The jewelry I'm sorry, the headset might be the same price, but the shipment will be different. So you can use graph database, in this case, Neo4j, for your logistics. Okay. We together, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go to the next. So here we have like a tabular data set. This we've seen a lot of this. Like this is probably Emily and Esther and Ruth. They buy different products, like the fitness equipment and all that. So this is a tabular data set of people buying products online, right? This is. So they buy the product, we don't care about the price. We just know Emily bought something, Esther looked at something, Ruth probably looked at something too, but different times, different dates. So here we have what we call a node person. And we have this name here, and the string is the type of the name. So this one here will be a label, and this will be a person. The action they buy, and the date is the date and time stamp, and the product they bought. So this will probably be Emily. I'm gonna call Emily Amy short now. And then we're gonna call here the earpiece. Earpiece. So Emily, certain date, bought product online. So this is a graph model for people buying products online. And this is just a tabular table, how the relationship will be in a regular SQLite or in a regular MySQL table, or even in Mongo. But this is how we would be able to look at it. To import your data, we can import the data. We can import this tabular. To import that data, we follow this strategy. So I'm not gonna show you how to do that now, but hold on. We can import, we don't have to type, you can import as a CSV file directly into Neo4j. You can import that. So if you have a tabular data set like this one, this is a person and the person's name, the product and their name, and this is the dates. You can import those directly in. We can also do the same with this. This will be a data set. This will be a person's name. This will be another name. This will be another name. Each and everyone, she probably just searched. We have a timestamp. She probably bought, we have a timestamp. What did she buy? We have a timestamp by the product she bought. Timestamp and what she searched. So all those, we can just have them like in a tabular format and we import them. Okay. So we can do that. Then now here, we have a final graph representation of people buying products online. Okay. So at one point, we know Emily bought an item. We know Ruth also liked that item, and Ruth probably bought it too. So Ruth bought the product. She probably went in and she looked around and decided, hey, I want to do an opportunity cost. Instead of buying what Emily bought, I'm just going to buy, I'm just going to buy a bike. So on January the 5th, 2020, Ruth bought a bike, a tablet. And then on another 14 days later, she went online again and then bought a bike. Okay. Now, Ruth and Emily, remember, they are friends. Now, maybe we don't know, but maybe Ruth told Emily that, hey, I got this very good bike online, and it was so affordable. I bought it for my son. Okay, and then Emily, she is very interested. Now she went online too. The same product store, could be Amazon. And then Emily, a day after, she went to the same store online. Could be even if it could be even physical. Maybe she went to academy, but whatever she did was influenced by Ruth. And as a result, she went and bought a bike. Could be the same type, different color, because Emily bought it for her daughter. Could be the same price, we don't know. Could be different price. As if that was not enough, Emily got some other savings. Emily came back on February the 5th. Okay, approximately another 2 weeks later, and then she bought a laptop from a different site. So this a final graph representation of people. These are two different people. They could be friends as far as we know, or they might not be friends, but there's some certain things influencing them. It could be radio, it could be TV, it could be the newspaper, but they get somehow to go to this website and buy stuff. Okay. So far, so good. So we're building ideas here, building ideas. And we are recording it, so whoever missed will be able to show them, and hopefully we'll be taking from there. Okay. So here we did what we needed to do. Now look. So it's getting complicated. We're getting really complicated. So this is an online import of that. So we know this guy buys a boat. This guy buys a computer. And these people right here, they're not necessarily these people. We can give them different names. This could be Emily, this could be Ruth, this could be Esther, this could be George, this could be Brenda, this could be Ibrea, Lucy, Monica, Joseph, and let's give this one to John. And maybe they could also repeat. But as you can tell, every person, you are either being influenced by the fact that the product is available and is affordable, or you're being influenced by the fact that you can afford it and you have the money. And you are talked into it by your friend, or you are a neighbor to a friend who has a bike, and your daughters all of a sudden now need the same. So remember, all these circles, they represent the nodes. And the nodes are two. The node, one for the person, the other one is for the product. But there's a linkage. You buy. So there's every item here which was bought. So Jim Weber bought a computer. Emily bought a phone. This guy here, Rick Van Bragen, bought a bike. Lisa bought a boat. Rick again here, the same guy here, went back and bought a tablet. And this could have been Ruth, because Ruth bought two things. It could have been Emily. Emily bought a computer and then went back and bought another thing. So maybe Emily bought the computer. She went back, looked around, and this time around, she bought like a fitness equipment. And then again, Ruth heard that Emily bought a very nice computer. So Ruth went back in and got the same type of computer and bought it at that same nice price. Maybe Esther heard about it. Oh, they bought his fitness equipment. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and check. And then she also did. So this is a network of different people buying different things. They could be knowing each other, but we don't know if they know each other. But this is an online import of data. If we did, you see all this? See that relationship? Okay, look. It's the same thing we see here. If we had all this, we import them with the date, product, and the person's name, we'll be able to come up with this. So let's take at least a name, Lisa Hathau bought. Let's see if Lisa bought a boat. Lisa. Right there. She bought a boat on that date. And did she buy a phone? Let's check. Lisa, did you buy a boat? Yes, you did. Did you buy a phone? Yeah, you did. So you see the connectivity, and these people might be independent. They could be neighbors, or they could be in the same church, or they just share something in common, or they don't share anything in common, but they may be being influenced by just a radio commercial, a TV commercial, or just a newspaper. But if we imported this tabular data set, we'll be able to come up with something like that. Okay. So I encourage you at your own time, you can build a data set like this. This is very easy. Say, hey, last Christmas, Emily Kimani, I bought my husband a phone. What type of phone? Maybe iPhone. Okay. Emily went back again. She bought her daughter or herself a computer. And then Ruth heard that Emily bought a computer at a good price. Ruth been looking for a computer for a long time. Ruth went in, bought another computer so that she can have two, because the other one is giving her a little bit of problem. And then Ruth again went back and decided she wants to get a bike for her son. Okay. Esther heard about this website. She got really curious. Now Esther went in and bought a fitness equipment. Esther went back again. She saw that there's a very good computer which she thought she could have, because Emily and Ruth had already bought one. So she liked that. So she bought one too. Okay. George been looking for something she can use very much as a boat. So he got one here. Good price. I went back and said, hey, in addition to boat, I would like to get maybe this fitness equipment so we can also have one. And then Lisa phone. Again, that kind of network of influence, it happens. So we did that. We got that imported in. We have this. And now, how are those connected? So we're going to connect all these dots. Okay. Now we are going to show you the correct graph. Okay. The light gray here, this is a person. Let me show you. Let me take you back. Okay. We are going to do what we call avoiding redundancy. And let me get the people with the same name. This guy and this guy is the same guy, right? So why do we have two? Why don't we just get rid of this guy and we just have one of the circle? Then we join. So they bought a boat and they bought a fitness equipment, but it's the same guy. So we bring this one over here. So we kill one and then we just bring the boat there. Lisa bought a phone and bought a boat. We kill one, we just join. So we have boat and phone bought by one person. Rick bought a bike and bought a tablet. So we kill one of the node, we just join. So we know Rick bought two things, bike and a tablet. And then we have Emil. Emil bought a computer and a phone. So we don't want to duplicate. So we just kill one node, or we just join them. And then we have Jim Weber, bike, computer. We join that. This is the only guy who bought one thing, Lance Walter. So let's look. If you come here, we can join them all. So we say the light gray person node connect to the dark gray product in a connected duplicated graph as indicated. So here we can see that a computer was probably bought 4 times or 3 times, and the phone the same. So we can join the phone, and we join the people who bought it, and then we join them as in the network. So you can tell that Rick Van Bragen bought a tablet, and they also bought a bike. Jim Weber bought a bike. So they share this one thing in common. The same Jim Weber also bought a computer. The computer was also bought by, Emily bought, and then we know Ruth also bought. And then we find that the fitness equipment was bought by maybe George and also Lars. This is the guy who bought one thing. So remember, he bought this one, but he didn't buy anything else. But he just connected here. So it's just one direction. And then Lisa did not buy a boat, but bought a phone. So here is one large network. So we correctly imported data without duplicates. So we avoided the duplicates which Esther was having. So we can do this by merge, which is a very tricky way, but natively merge one person who bought one item, and then that item is a product. We create a lot of new people, products, and duplicates, but we can avoid those. So the reason of merging is to match the whole pattern. If it cannot match the whole pattern, it creates a new pattern. So we cover more about this pattern, of course, in the next few chapters. So here we have another load of CSV. So imagine that this was a CSV file. This could be a CSV file. So this could be an offline load, which means offline in the sense that it does not have to be on the internet. You can download and then upload it offline. So this one, when we do, we come with this. This is close to what you are looking at on your browser. So these are the people, these are the products, and these are the relationships. Okay, look at this very carefully. Look at the people. Emil number 1, Jim number 2, Lance 3, Lars 4, Lisa 5, and Rick 6. We'll find that there are certain people who bought certain items here more than once. Like Emily here, we know Emily is number 1. So Emily bought 11, which is a phone. Okay. If you look, Emily, which is here, she bought a phone right there. So that's number 1. And then the same Emily also bought a computer, number 9. That's the relationship. I don't know if it's making any sense. Does it make any sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you can find out that Lisa here, Lisa is number 5. Let's say what Lisa did number 5. Number 5 bought 2 things. She bought 11 and 8. What is 11 and 8? 11 is phone and 8 is boat. Phone and boat. Let's see what Lisa did. What did Lisa buy? Lisa bought boat and a phone. So it's matching. And that's how we do the importation of a CSV file offline. So this will be the relationships, this will be the products, and this could be the person. Now, I'm going to take you back to our example. George and a friend. My friend, I'm going to give him the name Bob. Okay. We decided to take a tour of the South. We happened to be passing in Atlanta maybe a day before, or maybe a day after tomorrow. So I call Emily. I tell Emily, Emily, I'm in your neck of the wood. In 2 days, we'll be passing in Atlanta. If you guys are available, we might swing by and then say hi to you and your family. Remember, I'm with Bob, right? So me and Bob, we are here. And here might be the product, but in this case, we don't worry about the product. Now we're doing contact tracing. So Bob and George, Emily, her husband, and the 3 daughters, and maybe Monica and her husband and their kids also join. So we are all persons here. And then the relationship we're going to create is going to be number 6, for example, which probably is going to be, let's say that's going to be George. We'll be meeting we have the intermediary here. So instead of the product here, we can put something else. Let's put COVID here. So not necessarily COVID, that's not good. Let's put what do we have in common? What are we going to buy? Or what's the relationship? The relationship is here. We are the people here. What do we have to put it here? What do we have to put here? What label and what ID? If you can give me an example. Think of anything. Me and Bob, we're meeting Emily. We're meeting Emily and her husband and the 3 kids. Emily also invited Monica and her kids and the husband. These are the relationship we are going to have. But what we can do here, let's create these 2 people, only George and Bob. And then let's go ahead and group Emily, Monica, husbands, and the children here. Okay. So here we are going to be able to meet and then mingle. Remember, we might not even be like having any relationship with the kids, because kids are kids. So we did not travel with our kids. We just decided to travel on our own. So Emily, Monica, her husband, and Emily's husband are the ones we are going to interact with. So that interaction will be like 1, Emily, Monica, husband, then George and Bob. So 2, and then we have 2. But these other people might be just interaction via osmosis, just by the fact that we're there. So I'll say hi, hey, how are you doing, Brenda? You know, how? So somehow we'll still have a relationship because we are going to do the contact tracing. So this and that has to be there, and then this is now the relationship. At one point, Emily is going to be, let's say, this George, it's going to be George here, okay? The date probably going to be the same, but I interacted and talked at length with maybe Monica's husband. And then we also do the same with the other team members. So whatever we did, remember this number, this last, instead of buy, it's going to be we interacted with. This number here will be the numbers here. This will be Monica and Emily's gang. And these two people here will be George and Bob. So that's how we can also do contact tracing. But remember, this is just for the case of buying products. So we create a relationship between the product, the person buying the product, and the relationship, whatever they bought. Now, instead of that, we'll have the person one who is visiting, the person two who are being visited, and then the relationships. Instead of buys, here we'll have the relationships and the interactions. Okay. So now, how do we do that in query language? Called Cipher query language. So the person could be George, could be Emily, could be Monica, could be Ruth, could be Esther. That's going to be the person. The name of the person is going to be, this one will be Emily, could be Monica, could be Ruth, could be Esther. So this person here is an entity. That entity, we call it person, but this here, we give them the label. So in this case, we say Monica is a person, it's a friend of P. P is going to be probably Emily. Okay. So Emily and Monica, they have a relationship. So this person here is going to be, let's say, Monica. So Monica, friend of P. P is going to be the person. So the match here tells the database that it has to look for a pattern. What is a pattern? This is the pattern. Friend of. Okay. Is it one way or two way? In our case here, it's going to be two way because we know Emily knows Monica and Monica knows Emily. Emily is a friend of Monica and then Monica is a friend of Emily. So it has to be two way. So it's a two-way relationship. The person here is going to be a label. Any node with at least the person label and a property with key name and value pair. So this one takes the form of a dictionary, as in what we learned in Python programming. Friend of, any outgoing relationship we typed friend of, where this specifies the direction. It's directed. Remember, this is a graph theory thing, so it's directed. If it's pointing to one direction, it's directed. It could be directed back to me, but this is directed out. Now here is a person, right? This is also a person. But remember, this person is what we have here. So any node with at least the person label and a property with key value or with key name and value will be Alice. This one here, any node with at least the person label, this person here, okay, bound to the variable P. P, we return that, okay? Variable P, which can be referenced at any later point in the query. Now return P means you return any matching person nodes to which P was bound. So here, Bob, and this guy is Alice. So instead of that being Alice and Bob, let's go ahead and change the names here. Let's go ahead and call this guy George. Let's call this one is Bob. So George is a friend to Bob. Okay, George is a friend to Bob. Bob is a friend to George. So they know each other. This one, let's call him, let's call this We're going to call this one different. So we're going to call this one Emily. So make it practical. Emily. I'm going to call this one here. Let's call this one Monica. Okay, so George is a friend to Bob and Bob is a friend to George. George is a friend of Monica. Okay, just one direction. Monica probably does not like me, so she's not my friend, but I'm her friend. Okay, here.
How are you a friend to someone who doesn't?
It's one way. I know her very well. Like we say, Joseph knows Ogba.
Yeah.
But Ogba does not know Joseph. But Joseph likes Ogba as a fan, right? Ogba is a player of Manchester United.
Yeah.
But Ogba knows Ruth and Ruth knows Ogba. So there's that relationship between Ruth and Ogba.
Yeah.
So when Ogba sees Ruth, he waves. And Ruth, when Ruth sees Ogba, they wave because they know each other. But Joseph can wave at Ogba, and Ogba will be looking at Joseph just like that's one of my fans anyway. Yeah. So it can be one direction without necessarily getting anything back.
Okay.
Yeah. So a friend of cannot necessarily be two directions. Like you see, Monica does not really like me. But I happen to be her friend. But I really follow Monica, right? And me and Bob, we are friends. Bob follow me. We share some certain things in common. Just like George and Emily, me and you, we are friends. You're my friend and I'm your friend. We share things in common. So that's one way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's clear, right? Okay, cool. So here, so we can get like Alice. This in case this is Alice. We find Alice direct depth one friends. This and that, no, this and that are Alice's best friends. Okay. And then Rose and Antonio are good friends because they know each other. Alice is probably, Alice may be admiring Antonio, but Antonio does not know that he has somebody who has a crush on him. So it's one-way traffic here. Okay. Very interesting, right? All right, so here we come. Okay, here again, we have more people. So we are going to use our own example so we can, I like doing it like that so we can relate. So Bob, and this one is George. We're gonna give this one here as Emily. We're gonna give this one here as Monica. We're gonna do here as let's say Ruth. Okay. Then we are going to go ahead and do here as Essie. To hell with Bob. Okay. So George knows Esther and Esther knows George. George knows Emily and Emily knows George. So Emily is my friend and I'm Emily's friend. The same applies to Esther, and Esther also reciprocates that. Esther is a friend to Emily. I'm sorry, Esther is a friend to Ruth, and Ruth also is a friend to Esther. Monica is a friend to Ruth, but Ruth does not care whether Monica knows, because Ruth does not know. George knows Monica, but Monica probably does not know that I know her that way. So she has no way of relating back to me. So this is an extended query to show, in this case, George's friends of friends. Emily is my friend. Monica is Emily's friend. That makes Emily my friend. But Emily, I'm sorry, that makes Emily my friend, but does not necessarily mean that me and Monica are friends. But I know Monica as a mutual friend because I know Emily. So it's one-way direction. The same applies here. George knows Esther, and Esther knows George. We are good friends. Okay? That does not necessarily mean that me, George, I know Ruth. If though, in as much as Ruth knows Esther and Esther knows Ruth, there's no direct relationship between George and Ruth. Monica is a friend to Ruth, but Ruth is not a friend to Monica. It's just one direction. So that's a friend. This is an example of an extended query to show George's friends here. Okay. A very short scenario. It's no big deal. So here is a typical example of what we did, like the board, the computer, and all that. Now we connected them all together. You see, some people bought, let's say Ruth bought 2 items, Emily bought 2 items, Esther maybe bought 1 item, which is, let's say, exercising equipment. Ruth bought a computer, Emily bought a computer, George bought a boat, went back and looked, maybe bought another equipment for exercise. So all those joined together, we are able to come up with something like this. Okay, so you can tell, okay, we can do this from a tabular data because of what the relationship we had. If you do it really good in your CSV file, let me show you. If you do this like this in your CSV file, you'll be able to import it and be able to see the relationship. Now the relationship here, and here, they always have something in common. These are the friends who visited Wakina Emily. These 2 friends, the 2 amigos, George and Bob, they visited Monica, Emily, and their husbands and their kids. And then there's a relationship here. We can say 1, 2, we count 1, 2, then we say 1, 2, and then with all this, and then we get all the relationships here. After we did that, we are able to import that and came up with what this is going to be. Now with the new J browser, you can try out the various data models. And I'm not saying this is the only best way. There could be other ways you can do it, but try to be able to connect the dots. If it's contact tracing, or if it's a fraud detection, or if it's whatever it is, it could be just like a recommender system. We can do that prototyping. Okay. It's a lot to take in, huh? Okay, here we got it. And let's see here. Now, if you were to do that like what we're doing. I don't know who is going to be willing to share their screen so we can type something. Whatever is working. Esther, is your browser working? The new browser, is it able to connect to the database? Esther sleeping. You're on mute.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah.
Yes. Can you share your screen? And then we'll try. You don't. This is just illustration, but you can do this on your own. But let me show you one thing you always have to make sure come first. Okay, you see you have 3 databases. You have movie database, you have Python. So whatever you want to use, you have to start it. And whatever you'll be typing up there, the command line will be written to this database which is running. So if you don't want to change that database, don't type into it. You probably want to create a new database.
Oh, this is a new one. This is the one I was
Okay.
planning.
All right. So this is a new one, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can go to the browser. If you create a node here, it could be the node, and then you create a relationship, you put all the labels and everything, it's going to go to the Python database you created. So if you click, before you do anything, click on the server connect. You can say, please use this to establish connection. Click on, you see what I'm, no, the white one up at the top.
White.
You see, no. Database access not available. Please,
Yeah.
yeah, right. You have to click on that. Once you do that, click. Now scroll down here. You have to make sure that you either use username password. So whatever username and password you put here, you make sure you remember your password and your username. So before you do that, make sure you know the port number. It's going to be to Bolt. The port number for Bolt is going to be 7687. If it's not Bolt, it's going to be HTTP, and that HTTP will be localhost :7474. But since we know this has a username of Neo4j, that's going to be the default. The connection URL is going to be localhost 7687, and then the password you gave it. Once that's done, then you click on run. You can say server switch access. You click on that, yeah. The run, this one down here. Once you do that, you click on that, and then that server will be running. Now, if you go and bring your Python VS Code, or bring your notebook, then you can type the code in there. But make sure this username, this URL, and the password are matching for it to be able to connect. You see what I mean? Okay, now if you bring up, let's say bring up your notebook. Look at a notebook. You put in your username, your password, and that link. If you
Okay.
You have to make this run. This will run on port 8888. You have to go back and invoke the Anaconda. Type here at the start menu. Type Anaconda at the start menu. Type Anaconda.
It was like, I don't know why. I want to close this first. The Jupyter that was running.
You type Anaconda here at the start menu. You start the navigate up there, the green one. there's always a shell. It has to run that black command prompt thing. So it connects to the 08888 server. Open the browser, go to your Google browser, that one. Now type localhost, open a new, just type in here. Yeah. Localhost, and then full colon 888.
That one.
Yeah. You probably don't need the tree, but you can use, yeah, just go to one of those, yeah, Ngamia or Python, whichever one. Go to the database, maybe the last one down. Click. Okay, so get rid of edit and get rid of my database DB.
And the forward slash.
Yeah, don't worry about the first. I just press enter. Okay, now here you can look at the running processes. If you click on run, that tab up there, you'll be able to see Untitled is running the second one. It's been running for an hour, but you can open a new one.
Yeah, let me just. It's still running. Okay.
It's running as a process, not that it's executing anything here. Okay. Just click on that. Okay, now here you can import your Neo. Pip install Neo4j.
Neo4j.
4j, yeah. Click run. Click run.
I have run it.
Give it a few seconds. Just go to Buruburu and come back. Meanwhile, go back to your browser and then look for that new browser. What is that? Let's see. Is that in the new browser?
Yeah.
Now, see, we're gonna copy that bold. We're gonna copy the username, and then we're gonna introduce the password. But you can go to the booklet I shared and go to that page.
Yeah. I have that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, go ahead and go into that. So one thing you have to note: don't try until you know the database is running. Don't try to connect if it's not running. And don't try to connect if you're not sure it's the right password, because it will reject it. So the username password has to be correct, the database has to be running, and then you can try to connect.
Okay. Token dates.
Emily, how is yours doing? Did you try?
I don't know, my Neo4j, I can't create a new, I don't know how.
Okay. Once Esther is done, we're gonna share yours so we see.
Yeah.
Esther, scroll back, scroll down again. Let me see. You have to make sure it's not 7474. You have to change that, and then you have to change the password here.
So I copy this.
Yeah.
Then the username, password.
Remember your password?
Hope so.
Do you know if you were able to connect to your database with that password?
Yeah, I created this database right like a few minutes ago. So
okay, that's good. But were you able to connect to it after you created it? You are able to start it and you're able to connect it, right?
It says connection updated.
Okay. I want to see if it's actually connected. Can you minimize this?
Oh, yeah. Let me check. Let me.
Yeah. Come on, boy. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
done.
active. Okay.
Yeah.
Now here, if you highlight that again, just highlight it. You see the far right, those three dots?
Mhm.
Look in those three dots. You can actually look in the settings. Might not tell you a lot, but you'll be able to tell. But right now it's inactive. So in these settings, you can get some of the details like the database default username. You see that line number? You can even get your password in there somewhere, maybe. Everything is in here. Take your time and learn this as you go along at your later time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Remember when I was telling Idris to go to mysql.ini? This is equivalent to that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Just click outside, it's going to close. Outside the box, yeah. We'll just escape. See if you can escape it.
Now it's maybe close.
Yeah. Okay. So we know that the Python is running, right? And then we know the username is good. We know the password is good, and we know the connection is good. So if you come back here, you try to run this. Let's see what it does.
I need to know the password.
Oh, you forgot your password?
No, that's the password.
Okay. Do you know if you installed Neo4j's client, whatever that is? I don't know. Go ahead and just try.
I haven't. What is?
It's okay. Try running. Let's see if it can create those things for you.
So let me start. I start with the Pip install. Should I run this again?
You can run it. It's okay. Okay, successfully done. Did you read the notes, those in green?
Yeah, I read.
Okay. Now you can import this or run it. Okay, we have an error. That graph database. For some reason, this must be very old code. I sent you two. I sent two of these codes. One was working. Remember the one was Johannesburg, Nairobi, and where is that at?
That one, I think it's on WhatsApp.
But did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't run that one.
Oh, can we run that one? Do you have it anywhere? There's something in this line number in red, which is not. This function is old. You need to change it.
Yeah, because that's the same error we were getting.
Yeah, the function is old. Okay, click on read more. So you copy that.
So from what you are this is what should I do?
Yeah, I mean, Esther, you just copy this one, then just change the credentials, right?
Yeah. One, see,
You have to go all the way down. Is that all the way? No, it's more than that, Esther. All the way down. You see README? Click on README so you can get it all. I'm going to show you what I'm trying to do here. So you can, I think, the graph DB. copy the Neo4j. You have to import that database.
I will copy it. Let me just do a new one.
Once you get the hang of this is not going to be a problem. If you're wondering, what was I doing? Why was I even stumbling on this? Okay. Scroll up.
Just a minute. I haven't copied some stuff. So
Okay, go back. You copy it halfway. So copy that all the way to the. You don't need to do the installation. Okay, that one. So instead of us, okay, we're gonna, yeah, put this line number here. Yeah, put a D there. That's a comment.
then I do the install. Should I install it again?
Ah, no, you don't have to. Go ahead and just run it. If we don't get an error, we are good. Okay. Now I want you to do one thing for me. Click on view.
I think I should install it.
No more. Okay, install it again. Then this session didn't get it. Pip install Neo4j. Install. Install. Emily, did you already come up with a topic of discussion for your final project?
Esta.
Mhm.
Okay, run this
Yeah,
one.
we'll talk to you after class.
Okay. Okay, run this one now, Esther. Okay, looks good now. Okay, now
Now I
Esther,
changed
now
it.
you have to change the credentials, eh?
Yeah.
And then before you do that, click on view, the menu. Why are you changing the port number?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. Me, I
It's the
want.
same, it's the same.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure.
Okay.
View.
Okay, go into line. I thought we could get the line numbers here. Did you get the line numbers in yours? Don't worry about it then. Okay, was it 7687 or what?
7687.
Yeah. So that port number will always be one or the other. If it's bolt, it's going to be 7687. If it's HTTP, it's going to be 7474.
Okay. 687.
87. And then change this to your username.
Neo4j. Let me confirm.
Neo4j.
Okay, but I have to confirm.
You can't remember?
I have to confirm.
Esther, your head is frying now, huh? Okay, now once you do that, I would like to copy the username, the password, and the URL link. Once you type it,
Username, password.
is that password complete?
Yes.
Okay, copy the username, copy everything. Username equals to password equals to. Copy all the way up to the URL. Yeah, copy that. Okay, once you copy, it's okay. Now run this one. Run this code. Okay, we have an error. Where did that come from? Is that another code or that's the same code we had?
Failed to establish connection.
Okay. Are we able to connect to that database?
Yes, let me see. We said
Oh,
which.
you're in Esther, you are in
Oh,
Colab.
yeah.
Okay,
I realized.
export and then import it in
Let me
not Colab. Colab is in the
in the
cloud.
cloud. Yeah, I've just realized that.
Yeah. Export.
Hmm.
No.
Export.
Down. Download. Yeah, that one. Excuse me.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Now go into your, you see that home next to that, the tabs up there?
Yeah. Let me just.
Yeah, you can import it into Notebook.
So yeah. So now I need to open it.
You can just create a new one or you can upload it. You can upload it and then drill down to the downloads. Downloads. Okay, that's the one. Then upload, the blue button. Click on the blue button to upload. And then now click to open it. The first one. Look at the timestamp. That one. Okay, now here it's going to do the importation. You probably want to run again because we are not sure if it did, but it probably did last time.
Yeah, but let me just run this.
Okay, looks like it's running now. Okay. I want you to, let me see Nairobi. Scroll back a little bit. It did not finish. So change right there. Change Nairobi City to Nairobi City. Right here. Print instead of Nairobi to Nairobi. Yeah. Distance from Nairobi. Should be Nairobi. Run it again because it didn't run it exactly to the finish line. Okay, so we know the distance from Nairobi to Johannesburg is that, and this could be fake, but at least now we know the connection, right? Johannesburg city from Nairobi is going to be that number of miles. From Nairobi to Addis Ababa, from Johannesburg to Nairobi. So everything here is actually from Nairobi is the point. So Nairobi to Johannesburg, Nairobi to Addis Ababa, Nairobi to scroll down. So that is good. Now we know that is running, right? Now go back into your other notebook.
Notebook.
Right there, up there, the tab where we have the Fanta and Emily, Fanta, Esther, and Nancy.
Oh.
In notebook, not in column. Not that one, the other one. The other one on the right. Esther.
This one.
Yeah, that one. This one.
I didn't have anything here.
Okay, then we need to get something here. Where did you have the other one? The Nancy. Okay, we want to copy this or download it and then upload it there.
Let me copy this because this was not what.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how this can run. Okay?
So I download it?
You can download it. It's easier. Now go into your notebook, the one tab. You can use the one which is not being used up there, right?
This one.
Yeah.
Let me just do the
It's
upload.
okay.
The one.
It's your computer as much as it drives.
Yeah, it's mine. So it's this one.
Yeah, the moment you receive the laptop, you'll have to do what I tell you, okay? Click on upload.
Okay.
This one will not give you problem. I'm gonna soup it up until you'll be scared when it's starting. You might think it's sucking all the power in the house.
You might make the whole neighborhood go off.
Yeah, vroom.
Then they'll come
like
for
Emily's.
Esther.
You know
Then
how
they'll come.
Emily starts?
Mm-hmm.
You kuna vumbi. If you look properly, you'll see some dust.
I know. But
Yeah.
it's
Okay,
power
so
load.
yeah. So here, scroll down.
Okay. I'll scroll down. Here's where
So
we
what I
are.
want you to do,
Uh-huh.
I wish we could have line numbers. For me, I can do it, but I don't want to bother into doing that. But I want you to, next to the username, press enter.
Mhm.
And then next to the password, press enter. Next to the username up there. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Esther. Okay, press enter. I'm sorry, Emily. Remove the comma. Remove the comma. The standalone lines.
Yeah.
And then remove the brackets. And then just put, okay, what I'm trying to do, go back to the first one we did. That one, yeah. I'm trying
Like this.
Yeah, I want you to do it exactly like I did here.
Okay.
Yeah. So we don't rely on that function. We just open it directly.
So you didn't have a fun. Yeah, I just did the.
Yeah,
okay.
but instead now we'll come and do the connection down once we grab the credentials.
Mhm.
Emily, sometimes kichwa inachemka.
So the funniest thing was when I was watching the video, oh my God, I was laughing.
Yeah.
From last Sunday.
I mean, wait until it's you doing this.
I've been there. So I know.
Yeah.
It's not easy. The things you know where they are, you can't find them.
Yeah, that's the senior moment.
Yeah.
Okay, now Esther.
And then you add mommy brain to that. I have no luck.
Yeah. Esther, after the lightweight, the new light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The following, press enter there. Come on, Esther, slow down. Just here, after the password, press enter. Press enter again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now go back to the other old code.
That's what I copied this.
Yeah, copy this one. Make sure the URI, the authorization, all are the same numbers. I'm teaching you how to code. You're gonna be a good coder now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Emily.
Yes.
Esther said, okay, I'm sorry, hold on. Now change Esther URI, change to DB. And then auth, just leave auth the way it is, but change the username and password should be the same. Emily, Esther said, when you go to India, you study in India, you come back, you don't have that accent from India. Okay, when you go to United Arab Emirates, it's all okay until somebody comes to the US. Now they go back home.
Oh my gosh!
And then Esther was trying to imitate that. That was cracking me to death. Esther, now click the title up there. Let me see where we used. Click on that next. You listening?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not. Change the username. The username should not be should be the same case.
Mhm.
See the difference?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you in Gujarat now,
Mhm.
or in Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah. So Esther, go back into that tab up there. Click on
This one.
that. Okay, now you see here they have the graph database.driver, right? And then they have the auth and they have the URI. Now scroll down. We don't have anywhere we use it again, do we? We just grabbed it, we saved it in there. Now we just, okay, it's all good. It's all good. Ongoing. Okay. Looks like we're good. Now here we used it.
Mhm.
It's a session. We saved it as a session. Now we execute the SQL query there. So no, actually the CQL. So why do we do that? See, even if you if you copy that, you have to understand it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we return and then we spit it out. We create the nodes using that.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you
This
follow that,
drive,
then
this
you know
session.
where the details lie, right?
Mhm. Also, this is where we create the nodes in this session.
Yeah, you
In
can
the
look,
session.
you can scroll down, you'll see.
Or run the create.
You see the nodes, we create them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did the create at the top.
Yeah. So in our
So this
other case, we did not do
create.
that because we try to create it up at the top. So I want you to look at this and then take this same example and take it to the store with Bill. Like Emily went out there, bought a bicycle. Ruth went out there, bought a tablet. You can put that in your head and actually build a relationship and actually feed those into, let's say, write them down and then feed them in like a CSV file. And then you create a CQL for them. Are we together?
Yeah, we are together,
Cool.
but my brain is still loading.
It's okay, your brain can load, keep on loading. So these are just nodes, but we are just creating a relationship. Now you do whatever you need to do with it, but you get the gist, right?
Yeah, I get the, like, this one actually makes more sense. This one makes more sense too.
The capital cities, how we relate to them, right? So this might not be the right figures, but that was just for illustration. I know between Addis Ababa and Nairobi, probably less than maybe 500 miles, but those are realities. So.
So if I go to my database, will it be there?
You be the judge. I don't know. Look in your database, see if you can see it.
So
Is
if
that
I
how you
match,
look at the database? Go back to the other window. The database is already running. Esther, you don't listen, man. Click on that. Now click on open right there. You can open the browser. Your computer is grinding to a halt.
it's opening.
Can you scroll down? Can you scroll down? On scrolling?
Connected as that.
You know we created something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now you know how you can use match, right?
Yeah, match. Hey.
So you use all the tools in your arsenal. Not that I have to remind you, hey, now you can use the screwdriver.
And
make sure it's the active database and then you return.
Yeah.
It was capital R.
Uh-huh.
You have them in your notes, yeah? See if that works. That's normally optional, but you can put it.
Mm.
You see that?
Mm. Yeah.
Can you scroll? Yeah. Addis Ababa to Nairobi, Nairobi to Addis Ababa. Lagos, for some reason, are not connected. That means we ran, but we need not connect it. We should connect Nairobi to Lagos. And then something here, this great thing did not connect. Is that Johannesburg? No. We were connected Johannesburg, Lagos, Nairobi, and
Not quite sure. But you remember there's a time we ran and then it didn't run completely.
if you
The
run it
first-
again, it's gonna create something.
Lagos. Right here.
So you can look, Emily, you can look in your household, Brenda and her sisters, you and your husband, and then you create something like that. Or you can go online, you're buying this, and then you influence Ruth who bought this other one, and then for some reason, Esther talked to Ruth, and then Esther made Ruth buy something.
Yeah.
So you create those relationships.
Yeah.
So now we know we can do it, and we're doing it all in Notebook.
Yes.
You're able to see in the browser.
Mm.
So that's the biggest deal. So Esther, now you can let Emily show her part so we can help Emily.
Yeah.
So
You can chillax.
now you can breathe.
Yeah.
You're off of the hot seat.
You're in the hot seat? Okay, let me go ahead and bring a whip.
So I think
Emily,
for me,
you have to create a new database.
that's the thing. That's for me what I need help with, first of all.
Okay, I'm gonna let Esther drive.
You can see my screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
How do you create it? You go to
You remember the drum is the
add.
database, right?
Add.
The drum
Here?
Local DBMS. Because it will be on local host. And now you create the database name.
Just whatever name.
Man.
Yeah, and give it a password. Now that's the username and the password. No, not the username. That's the database name, but the password.
Is the password that we are going to be using.
Yeah, that's the new password. You can give it different passwords.
Okay, you remember we were having that issue, I think.
Yeah.
Because okay, this one is on
Emily, after this is done and working, go tell your criminal friend that we see it. The next time she need to come.
I was at her graduation yesterday and I was talking to her. I talked to Esther too, and we were thinking we can collaborate so that she can teach us.
Talking about Miss Nganga?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was talking about Miss Njaga.
Oh, Miss Njaga, I don't know where. Maybe she's having fun somewhere. I texted her. She hasn't even looked at it. So I guess I don't want anything to do with them.
She's sleeping.
Yeah. So this one, I'll call it.
Just give a very descriptive name so something you can remember.
Yeah,
it's a family or shopping or no.
Oh, okay.
This is it. I will not repeat this again.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So I better get it.
We've been around this for too long now. We have to move on in a good way.
Okay. And create, right?
So remember your password, right?
Let me write it down.
Yeah, don't come back and say you forgot. I'm gonna walk away.
I'll be asking you which password did I
Oh
put?
man. It's almost like you talk to somebody at the bank in Kenya. They ask you, which password would you want to use?
Oh, let me tell you, that is, I know, that is something else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's created.
Yeah. So go ahead and start it now.
Okay.
Okay. Let that run. That's good. Until you see the starting, is stopping,
It's-
and then it's showing green. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sasa hapa itakuwa kama mwendo wa kinyonga.
Oh, because it's now
Slowly but
trying
sure.
to set up everything in the background, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's done.
So it's done.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
now remember
So
your
open.
password and your username, right?
Yeah.
So now you see those three dots?
Mm-hmm.
Click on that. If you open this database, there's nothing in it. Just click on settings.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you click on settings, this is where you'll have all your details. That's just for illustration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't worry about that. That's
Okay.
just to help you remember. Close this. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and invoke Anaconda or your favorite browser, your favorite IDE.
I already have my Jupyter.
Okay, go back. Go back. There's something I need to show you real quick. Where you
Oh,
came.
okay.
I'm sorry. Where you came from? On that the browser.
Oh, on the
page.
Neo.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Right there. You see on the right. See the version.
Mm-hmm.
See the edition.
Yeah.
See the status. See
Yeah.
the IP
Active.
address.
Yeah.
The local host is always going to be the local IP address, which is 127.0.0.1.
Mm-hmm.
The port number, if it's bold, it's going to be 7687. If
Okay.
it's HTTP, it's going to be 7474. If it's HTTPS, which is secure, it's going to be 7473.
Oh.
This is where you got that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are very important. You need to know because you can connect. If you're connecting within the bank environment, let's say tomorrow you get a job at Chase, and you're doing this, you know they'll be doing encryption a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be using 7473. Otherwise, you and I, we will be just connecting HTTP port. If it's for local, or we can just do both 78, 76, 87 like yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So once you do that, now go back into your Anaconda. I'm assuming you have those codes, so you can start your Jupyter. Programming Bolingo. Do you have this did you save it somewhere?
What? The one we had from the
one you were working with on the other day.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Normally you probably want to give these things names. So
yeah, I think I didn't.
Don't be like us.
No, not this one. Oh, did it even save?
You can just copy and paste. You have it in your WhatsApp, right?
Yeah. Let me go to
Siesta, when I ran what I came back with, and I actually went online and got the actual distances. So Emily, click on read me there first. Then that way, when you highlight everything.
Yeah.
All the way up. Okay, right there. Copy. All right. Copy, start anew. Beautiful. So you probably want to install here your pip for the new.
Let me do the
pip install. It's already there. So the first line should be better. This one line. That's good.
Oh.
You don't need the second one.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay. Run this. Oh, I think I had.
We did it already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, now here, Emily,
Mm-hmm.
now you know what to do, right?
So here, username is okay. So username is the username
Of the database. That's normally the default is Neo right there. The
okay.
default. See that?
This one default.
Yeah, that's
okay.
the default.
And but the active one is now the one that is gonna
Yeah,
save
that's
to.
always gonna be the new. If you go to what I showed you, go to three dots there. Go to those three dots. Settings. If you look here, look number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. DB default database is gonna be that.
This one.
And then the username is gonna be the same.
Okay. And then I put the password
that's the
for
default
the
database, the default username.
Yeah.
But now we force it, and then we put something else.
Okay.
Okay. So that's good. So once you do that, so you go ahead and scroll all the way down, just make sure everything looks good. Okay. Keep on going. Looks good to me. You can run it.
Let me do this.
Yeah. You probably want to save this as something descriptive.
Yeah, let me. The graph database.
Number 1. I would put it like cities connected, maybe connected cities.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. You can name it.
Connect cities.
So next time you see, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, and try run it.
Oh.
Right. So we know it. This one is just doing the first few ones. Now what? You can tell it's doing up to Addis Ababa. Okay. If you do it again, probably it's gonna go to the next one.
Go to the next one.
Yeah, hold on. It probably still running. I'm not really sure. It might take a few minutes. Go into your, don't run it again. Go into your browser, the Neo4j browser, Neo4j browser.
Okay.
And then you know how you can access it here?
I need to open this, right?
You can open this here. Or you can actually go into the command prompt and then type the match.
Yeah.
Okay. Type match. And space return. And then N. Okay. Run it. Okay. So you see Nairobi City, Johannesburg, Lagos.
There is that one that is.
Yeah. So if I were you, I would go back and make sure everything here is probably still running. Why do we have Lagos as Lego? Lagos as Lego.
Oh.
Nairobi, Addis Ababa, and all. You can change those ones. But the main idea is the main idea here. So.
So it's. Well, I got to this one. Last time I didn't get all the way. Oh, yeah.
So here we are. So you can do, if you wanted, you can do the one for Fanta and Coke between Nancy and Esther, if you at your own time.
Yeah.
Now you know how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and,
now if I do that one for the other one, do I need to create a new database or can?
You can create a new database.
Yeah, because if I don't, then it will add it to this one, right? It will add it.
Yeah, remember if you combine them, they cannot not necessarily add, but this will be under the city.
Mm-hmm.
That's a node, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the city, we have 12 connections.
Mm-hmm.
You can create another database and then you do that other one here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So here you can do your thing. You can change the spelling and make sure everything is tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, now let's look at Ruth. Ruth, you ready?
Yes.
You want to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay. Yes, it's been a long day, Esther.
Mm-hmm.
Mahindi ya kuchoma iko hapo kwa estate, tunaweza kununua.
Say haiko.
Sila jana libaki.
So you see,
Na coffee.
this is your screen, right, Ruth?
Yeah.
Okay. So go into the Lego City. You see this Lego City, change it to Legos. Okay. Kill some of your tabs. I think those are killing you. Unless your laptop has more than 32 gig of memory.
Where?
Okay, if
Oh,
you
this.
look right there. Okay, scroll back up. Okay, all the way. Okay, now Ruth, what I want you, okay, slowly. Okay, kill this line number 2 that we don't need. Just don't delete it. Just comment it. Comment those 2. Comment the next one. Do the pip install.
This one.
Okay. Okay. I see you did that. Okay. Do pip install Neo4j.
I removed this.
Comment this out. Comment
Okay.
it's already run. Now do another line. Pip install. No, just below this one is okay. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Neo4j. This was the REST client. REST client means we are going to do the REST API. So just run this one. Okay. Go back all the way up. Okay. See line number 1?
Mm-hmm.
If you run it now, it's gonna get rid of this. Yeah, just run this one. Yeah, run that one. It's not gonna affect anything. Number 1. Line number 1. You have to highlight it first, then run it. Okay, so that makes it clean. So let's wait for this one to finish. And then meanwhile, go ahead and open your browser for Neo4j. Okay. You have a database, we call it football. You wanna use that? Can we use this or
There's
use Friends? You wanna use Friends?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yes.
do you remember the password for Friends? Password and username?
I was just creating, not.
Okay. Okay. Did you put the password? We just
Not
created it?
really.
Okay. You know, we are going to rely on you, so you are the one who created this. So go ahead and click on those dots. Okay, settings. Okay, so password. The database, password, and username. Okay. Use Control F. Control F to look for username. When you do Control F,
Control F.
Control F,
Okay.
type username, press enter. You can use those arrows facing down and up. This is like looking for a pin in a haystack, so we might not even be able to see. Can we create a new table? I mean, a new database?
Okay.
Close this one. Let's go create a new one. Okay. The way you did it, but create another one. Just make sure we get all the details. You want to give it that name?
The same name.
I mean, it's your choice. I'm just wondering. Make sure whatever you give it, you write it down. Is it you're gonna give it the same name or different name? Students, okay? And then the password, make sure whatever you type, you remember. That password, you have to remember it, okay? And then before you create it, look on the right side. Remember, it's on the local port. It's a local host. And then it's bold port. That's 7687. You see that? Okay. So you remember your password, right?
Yes.
Okay, write it down. So go ahead and click on create. Create. Click on create. Okay, now while it's doing that, we want to make sure it's created. So it might take a few seconds. So in the meantime, you don't want more than one database to run. So you see right there up, you have movie database, which is also running. Since you're not using that, you probably want to stop it.
Yeah.
Might not even, yeah. Click on that. Let's see what it does. Click on those dots. Let's see. I don't know. Let it run. It might take some time. Unless you really want all those to run, because they chew a lot of your resources. So this has already been created. Start this one now. It's going to stop the other one. Start this one. That one will automatically stop. Okay. So it's stopping that one. This one is getting started. And then you remember your username, remember your password, and then you're going to go ahead and go to the next page right there. We are good. So go ahead and bring your IDE. Bring, still starting?
Yeah.
Okay, give it time. Almost. At the bottom it's gonna give you a pop-up telling you it's been created and done. Okay, still going. Give it time. Don't impress anything. Just give it time. It's gonna take resources away from you. Give it time. How big is your memory? The laptops? Is it 4 or 8 gig?
Hmm?
Ruth, how big
Yes.
is how big is your laptop memory? Remember?
8.
Okay. Yeah, still going. Let's give it time. Okay. Looks like it's active now. Okay, let's go back into your new browser. You're gonna share the screen?
Oh, okay.
Mm. Okay, so you see up there, you see that bolt in red,
Mm-hmm.
and you see the new in red. That's gonna be your
Yeah.
username. And that's gonna be your password. Those come by default. I mean, I'm sorry, your username and your URL. So can you open your IDE? 7687 localhost bolt. You wanna share your ID so we see can help. Okay, now here you see in this one, your username has to be replaced and your password has to be replaced respectively. Okay, that's good. Scroll down. Make sure everything is checked out. So we mark the city name. City is Nairobi. Return the name, number of miles. Scroll down. Addis Ababa, Nairobi, Lagos, Johannesburg. Okay, so hold on one second. Hold on one second. Nairobi, Addis Ababa. Okay. Scroll again. Go down all the way. Down all the way. All the way. Okay, looks good to me. So go ahead and run this code. Let's see what it brings down there. Once it runs, then you know it's running and you can always, you don't want to run that anymore. That's done. Okay, run this one. Okay. Driver. Okay. Why is yours coming up to that? Let me see what line number is that. Okay, DB driver. Okay, scroll up, scroll up. Let me see. Has no attribute. Okay, right there, right there. Everybody's running, but yours is showing as driver, right? Okay, go ahead and this is the same code, right? For which Emily and Esther did, right? Okay, you didn't change anything, so Jordan 34. Go ahead and stop the kernel and then restart.
There?
Stop the kernel. Up there, there's a kernel in the menu. Click on kernel. You know what I mean, right?
I'm not getting it.
Okay. Give me control.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is a kernel right here.
Oh.
You click on that, you restart it. Okay. Once you do that, now you come here, URI, that username. Okay. Password, that's good. Let's run this one again. That's strange. How old is this one? Because it's looking different from everybody else.
Why Jupiter?
Yeah, how old is it? Yes, different. I'm not saying it's not the same, but I know your configuration is a little different. Let's go ahead and run that kernel. Start, that's good. Review, enter, cell, control enter. This is normally table. Store restrict. Control enter. Client satisfied. Requirements satisfied. This one is not needed. That's not needed. So we go back here. We start again. So connect DB power. This one is not defined. Why is it getting it? This DB. Let me see. I don't think we have that somewhere here. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, that seems to be very strange. You didn't change anything, did you?
No.
Connect to the new database server. DB. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, bear with me here. Let's see. You're gonna fix it. Have faith in this. Okay. So it's saying that is not defined. Okay. Advanced. Looking at my code here. Okay, good query. Password graph. Database driver. URI, auth, username, password. Okay, let me see here. Password. Your code looks good. Why is it saying it's not defined? Password match. Seven, 6, 8, 7. What? Let's go ahead and close this. Is it okay? Can I close them?
Yeah.
Okay. This is saved, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Close all that, and then let's go ahead and quit Jupyter, and then restart a new session for it. Close whatever you don't need. Very strange. Going to Nairobi City. Esther. Esther.
I close it.
Okay. Now
Refresh.
go ahead and make sure it's saved. Save it and then quit. Just make sure it's saved, quit, and then restart fresh. Just close it and then restart. We're gonna, normally what it does, it's running in the browser, so we are clearing the cache.
Okay.
CACHE. Then we start afresh. Hopefully that's gonna be something.
What about the
Huh?
The Neo4j browser.
No, don't worry about that.
Okay. I just
Huh?
restart the Jupyter.
Anaconda, yeah.
Okay.
Share the screen when it's up. Huh?
Okay.
Meanwhile, let me go ahead and take control away from you for now. I want to show you what I did on my end. Neo4. Mine ran. When you're ready, just go ahead and restart the one we were working on. Open it. You can sort it by the modified date. Right there, the modified date. The modified date on the right. Modified date. Right there. If you keep on clicking, it's going to give you the latest one. Again, in seconds. Okay, the one in 3 minutes, that one. No, are you looking or just clicking? Oh,
3 minutes.
that one.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and try one more time. Run it. Just run from line 4. Run line 4. Okay, then run the next line. You're running line 4 again. Just run it once, and then run the next one. Okay. Jesus, man, there's something not right. What other IDE do you use?
Collab and Jupyter.
Okay. Let's see if Colab can do anything different. Let's go ahead and, but that's going to be local host. Let's try if it can work. Go ahead and let me ask you for control. Give me control. Okay. Go Colab here. Oh man, okay. Colab. You don't have VS Code by any chance, do you? Go
I
PyCharm?
do. I do.
Yeah. Let me try this 1 second here. Let's see. It's weird. because the same code is running in Emily's and Esther's, not in Ruth's. Are you also moving? I'm just playing my tricks. You just downloaded it. Where is it at?
Are you in downloads?
Hmm? I'm looking for the file down there somewhere. Where is it? Is it in
Downloads.
documents?
No downloads.
Yeah, but can you see the downloads? File is not here anywhere, is it? It's academic. Nothing for the latest. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Download. Where is it downloading it to? Strange. But it should be. Okay, right there.
You can see it.
No, I don't see it. Is what folder is it downloading it?
Just scroll where it's written today one.
I cannot see that part of the screen.
Let me share.
Okay. Okay, so it's in the downloads, yeah? Okay, that's good. So let me go back here. I'm gonna request for control again. Can I get this to be minimized? Oh man, it's just not working. Can you minimize that?
What the?
This screen.
Oh.
Minimize it for me. Can you minimize it? It's not working for you? Ruth, give me an answer, please, so we can move on. Can you hear me? Emily, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Esther, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Ruth, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. So can you close the window? Because I can't do anything on my end.
For Neo4j.
Just close everything. It's okay. Just close it. Whatever you see on the screen.
All this.
What do you see on your screen, Ruth?
I've I've closed Neo4j. I've closed.
Okay. That's better. Thank you. Let me see here. I'm not sure what's causing that though. Very strange. Very strange indeed. It's the same code base, but we're having issue with it. So can you go into your VS Code? Okay, first of all, go into your notebook, download it, but download it as .py, not the .i, whatever that is, but just .py. And then open VS Code and then upload it in VS Code. And then let's try and run it from there. You see what I mean?
I go to
Share your screen, I'll guide you.
yeah, I'm just sharing.
So here, yeah, that's exactly what I want. And then go and invoke and then open VS Code. When it's open now, only import the .py. Okay. Go ahead and open the file in here. Okay. You wanna go into my downloads?
Yeah.
You can drag that file and drop it in here. It's still gonna open. You can get it. Wow, man. It must be in the downloads, right? Okay. Share the code. Okay. All right. Okay, scroll down. Okay, that's good. Root at the command prompt here, go ahead and type pip space install neo4j. Install. The word install has be there.
Install.
Okay. Press enter. Wow, Ruth, your computer is going to Nairobi walking. So just remember, before you create or deal with the database, it has to be running. If you don't have it, you have to make sure you create the database, connect the database, copy, make sure you have the URL, the port number, the username, and the password. And then those are the same information you're going to bring over to your IDE to be able to connect that database. Okay, so okay. All right, so if you want, you can upgrade it later. This should be good. Go ahead and see if we can run this code. Are you familiar with running the code in VS Code?
Yeah.
Click on the Go. Okay, let's see. No, okay, 1 second. Let me ask you for control, okay? I'll help you. Give me control. Cool. All right, let's see here. You can start debugging or okay, now if we want to debug, we go here, or we can start without debugging. Okay, so those are some of the things you can view. Okay. Okay, let's see. Kick me out.
Very updating VS. I've not used it for quite a while.
Okay. Doing the updates, huh? Let's give it a few minutes here. Oh, I'm wondering what kind of anaconda you have. I know there's one which is different from the rest of it. Okay, much. Return and colon. Okay. Is the VS Code up again? Okay, cool. Let's close this one here. Request. So we have the run now. Can run without debugging. It's connecting visual, connecting cities. The Windows. Oh man, it's a lot of things you need to install. Come on, man. It's loading. Pain.
It's the same error.
Where's the error?
Graph database not defined.
Where's that? I don't see that.
You've already cleared it.
That's not the same error. Database defined is the different error, right? If you cannot be installed. Peace. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but line 39, let's see here. This one, this cannot be an issue. It's not an issue in anybody's thing. Why is it an issue in your stuff?
I'll try to create another one.
It's not going to make any difference. It's not a problem. I mean, we just ran it on Nest and emulates, and it's running on mine. It's not defined, so graph database.driver. Let me go ahead and disconnect. I'm gonna take over. For now, let's see. Okay. Give me one minute here. Database not defined. That's very strange. Graph database, graph database. It's not defined. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and run mine and then I compare with yours, okay? 1 second. I apologize, it's taking longer than I thought. But I'm glad we came to yours last. This could have been a pain in the butt. Jesus. Esther, don't use that language anyway, okay? Okay, let's see here. Okay, what am I looking for again? Advanced. I'm gonna create this from scratch, just to see if I can get it to run. So, you can come back here. Local database. It, cities. Go ahead and do that. The create that database here. Call it cities. Christine. Titled. It's Christine. Last. When did I when did I post that thing for the cities?
The on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
It was on Thursday. Thursday was.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today 4 days. Okay. I can't even trace it now. Trace. I got it. I think it's the one. Then I'll bring another one. So this is Nancy and Esther. Esther. Edit. Open again. 2 days ago. 10 days, 4 days. Nancy Esther. 2 p.m. So here. That one is not the one. We don't know that. Not need that. Come on again. On book dictionary 6 days ago, 4 days ago. Nicholas, no need. Paula, Untitled, Christine, Sylvia. Christine, 3 days ago, I wrote books. Yes. Continue tracking now. 5 days ago. Username password, that's the one. Okay, okay, got it. Now, this one here. No more do not use here. Import. Import that. Johannesburg. lost everything. Let me see. Let me go back here. That. Almost there. New cities. Okay, now we have those cities here. This is Nairobi City. Then Johannesburg. Okay, now we go to Neo4j. Okay, and then we do ABC 1, 2, 3. BCD 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's gonna go. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Hopefully this is gonna work. Okay, I created a table. We call it cities. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. It's already started. It's going. Almost done. It could be root. There are two types of Anaconda. You downloaded probably, I don't know which one, but one is on active state and another one is on anaconda.com. There's one known as Anaconda Navigator. So maybe one has certain things which are not available for you. But we'll get to the bottom of this. You will fix it. Okay, this one we just started it. So if we needed to know the variables, we just go into the settings. We go to the logs. Now we can open the folder. So we can just go ahead and open that. Right now, I've not done anything yet. As you can see, this is blank. Okay, we are going to use this username and that one, and they gave it a password which is very weak, ABC123. So I come back here. Okay, so this is my thing. So we are going to go ahead and run it. You see what it does at the bottom. So we run it here.
Which screen are you sharing?
Okay, you guys are not able to see. Okay, let me go.
We are just seeing the new desktop.
Oh, you just see the new. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go back here. I'm now sharing that screen here.
Okay.
Okay, now this one had already been installed, but let me go ahead and just see if we can install it again. So we run that. It's already been installed, so we go ahead and comment it out. Then we go here. I can run it again. Now it's not going to do anything, but let's run this one. Let's see what it does at the bottom. You see, I'm running the same code like I did with Ruth. I mean, with Emily and Esther. So here, we're able to see this. So last time I ran it, I think I changed my code and it's somewhere here I saved it. But I was able to go from Nairobi to Johannesburg to Addis Ababa to all those cities. So here we are able to do Addis Ababa, Johannesburg. So this is Lagos. I can run it again. Just go give me Lagos City. Go back here. Lagos City. Okay, Johannesburg. We can change these ones to real, but each time I do that, you see we are increasing. So if I go here to my browser, let me go ahead and run it one more time. You see, I get more. So Johannesburg, we go to Addis Ababa, Nairobi, Johannesburg, Nairobi, Addis Ababa, Nairobi, Lagos. This is Lagos City. Why is it not doing Lagos City for me? Lagos City, Lagos City, Lagos.
At the top.
The top? Really? Where is that?
I changed mine.
Huh?
I said, like, when you're describing the notes,
Where? Lagos, Nairobi, Lagos.
yeah, it's okay right now. Maybe
Looks good?
Mm.
Okay, so let me run it one more time. So we have Lagos City. Okay, now here we can go into the browser. Okay, no, not that one, but we go here. Let me know if you can see it. So we go into this one, right? This one right here. Then we can do the match. Ruth, I'll fix your problem. I think I know what the problem is. And that's exactly what we did with Esther on VS Code. When Esther created a big virus for her system. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Boom. Okay, so we have Addis Ababa, Lagos, all that good stuff. This one, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, this one Addis Ababa connection. You see how that goes? You can create this with patients, doctors, hospitals. You can create this with Emily, Monica, Bob, George, Ruth. You can do that. So what I think happened to you, and I could be wrong, and I hope I'm not. If you go here, let me see, I'm gonna show you. And that's gonna be a sacrifice. It will not change anything on your end as far as configuration, but let me make sure I am sharing the screen. Okay. When you do Anaconda, I think you have a different type of Anaconda, which will download probably a different type of notebook, Jupyter for you. So when you go, come on, give me a break. It's supposed to be 16 gig space. Okay. Okay, so here, go to Anaconda. I think your Anaconda, let's say Anaconda, There's one Anaconda Navigator. Okay, and then there's another Anaconda. Okay, Navigator. There's one for active state. They say active state. I think active state. So you probably using something different than the normal one we're using. Active state enterprise Anaconda, and there's Anaconda, which is also from the regular one. So you probably want to go and get rid of this Anaconda from your control panel, the settings, and uninstall it, and then don't do the active state Anaconda. I'm not sure, I'm just guessing, but I'm thinking that you probably want to do this Anaconda. The one you need is this one. So Anaconda, this one, Navigator. This is the one you need. Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator. So you come to individual. When you see individual here, are we together, Ruth?
Yes.
You'll have to do this one. So I'm gonna send you this link, but make sure you uninstall the other one from your control panel completely, and then download and then install this one. So let me see if I can send you this. Other than that, I wish it was early. I could walk you through it all one step by step until we fix it. But I know you're tired. It's too late in Kenya now. So I'm gonna say Ruth. Where's Ruth today? Download this. This is the right one. An individual, this one, individual edition. I think this is what we want. But disable the other one. And then you have to stop it from running and install it. Then install this one. And then don't mess with the code. The code me and you and we created. Leave it the way it is. When this is done, then you can upload it and then try to run. Are we together?
What about the other codes I have in Anaconda? Will they get lost?
No, I don't think they'll get lost. Depends
they're in
on where.
Python folder. Okay.
Huh?
Oh, they're in Python folder.
Yeah, but you probably want to make sure you have them somewhere backed up. They will not be affected.
Oh.
But just to be on the safe side, just make sure you have them backed up somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, your Anaconda runs, but for some reason it's not loading certain things. You see, like mine, Esther's and Ruth, mine, Esther's and Emily's, they're working fine. Esther, did I install Anaconda for you? Or you did it by yourself?
No, I did it by myself.
Okay, because I think I did Emily's before I send Emily's laptop. But I normally go to this URL, this one here. Yeah. That's the problem we're having, but it's not a big deal. It's just a big inconvenience for you. Like we're in Lagos and you're in somewhere else. You want your code to run because this one should not be a big deal. This is a driver which we are able. Do you want me to do it for you? I mean, if you have time, you want me to help you with that?
No, I'll try it later.
Okay. Just make sure next Sunday, by next Sunday it's working for you. If you have any issue, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah. So we should be good based on that. Esther, we had a date, but we don't have now. We don't have time now. But your code should be working, Esther, right? Your code should be working, and that means you owe me 3 samosas and a calabash of uji when I land at the airport.
I'm writing them down.
You bring Maggie and Simon also, so we can.
Oh, those are you're calling me my
Huh?
You're calling them like that.
Yeah, Simon and Maggie. You probably
Okay.
want to let Ruth and Esther know who those are. Those are footballers. Okay.
But we were to discuss some. We can spell like 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Maybe.
still here.
Yeah.
I'm just empathizing with you guys. I know it's your time. Me, I still have a lot of energy.
I don't have energy, but we have something to discuss. It's important.
Okay, go ahead. My ears are
Emily.
open. My eyes are wide. Go ahead.
Emily.
Oh, hey. I may have some background noise. I'm outside. So we were to talk about what our presentation, what we were thinking of doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were thinking of, what did we say, Esther? Using
That's the senior moment, is catching up with Miss Money.
my senior mommy brain all put together.
You're multitasker.
Oh God,
Unajua ile
you
taska ya
know,
nyumbani?
Huh?
You're multitasker ile ya nyumbani.
Oh, yeah. But it makes way for stuff to get done.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready for your senior moment.
Okay, so we were thinking of incorporating some of Esther's, you know, her what public health-ish background and GIS.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Come up with our what machine learning, decision making. I mean, yeah, data analysis, final project presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're looking, maybe most probably we were looking at, I mean, the most convenient data, maybe COVID, because it has both, it has the health part and most of it has GPS coordinates.
Yeah.
And those can help with bringing in GeoPanda.
You gonna map it?
If I can, let me show you something. GeoPanda kind of displays maps, mapping part.
Yeah, GeoPanda will display. So long as you have the geolocation.
Yeah.
You can do that. You're gonna do this in Python? Because Esther was talking of doing it in C++.
Well, she will teach me. If she teaches me, I'm good. I'm game.
What is that?
Esther, now you're changing your mind? Changing your mind now.
No, I'll do it next year in Java, not even C++.
Yeah, Java is good. We'll be here waiting on it, Esther.
I did some Java in my computer.
See,
I think it
have
was
a-
in my computer science, my intro to computer science class. But
Yeah.
that was ages ago, so I would have to
Well, Java is easy. It's just like if you know JavaScript or you know any other programming language.
Mhm.
The steep one is a little bit steep is the C++. But even those
So-
ones, they are not so badly off.
So I came by some GeoPanda guy who had a write out, and I was following his directions,
Uh-huh.
and he was using, so you will pimp install GeoPanda into Colab. I realized Jupyter, there's the more technical way of installing GeoPanda. It doesn't do it straightforward into Jupyter. You have to do the background.
the Forge library.
Yes, you have to forge that. Yeah. So I was like, I didn't want to mess with that.
Forging?
Like there's a repository, the Forge, it's called something Forge repository,
Hmm.
which has this names.
Yeah, you have to kind of go to command prompt. It's a little, I didn't want to mess with it, so I just didn't do it. So I used Colab was
Colab is
taking,
good.
yeah, it was taking the install.
GPU is Colab has the GPU, so it takes it to the cloud for you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So import all the pandas and num and matplotlib, and then GeoPanda SGPD, and
Okay.
Shapley.geometry is for the points and polygon. This one is the one that you use for the GPS.
So you get the
for the
shape
coordinates.
files.
Yeah.
Okay.
So downloaded the COVID-19 CSV file.
Okay.
It was a big one. It has the whole, I think it's for the whole world.
If it's too big, you don't have to download it. Just chew it from where it is.
Yes.
Okay.
So I TF head, see what it has. It has all the continents represented. And then, yeah, so this is just the basic, all the basic, how many columns and rename and the shape, data types, has province state, it has country or region, lat long. So lat long, those are the coordinates, date, confirmed cases of COVID death, recovered, active, HWO region. And then,
is that you, Emily, or somebody else?
oh my God, I have a spectator who is not cooperating. Get out of here, go. He's listening to something and he forgets.
Don't chase him. Don't chase him like that.
But he's laughing. So I first thought he's laughing at me. But anyway, he's a good, he has been keeping me company.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I know
So
is wondering why you taking so long today.
amelala akaamka hapa chini kwa nyasi akaamka.
Oh man,
I'm still here.
Emily, are you in the backyard?
Yeah.
Oh man, you are.
I'm living the life.
You are
right?
living the American dream. Jesus.
Oh Lord. Anyway,
Okay.
let's enjoy this life when we can.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Leave
So,
Esther alone. Esther likes boring stuff.
Esther is destined for greatness. Now, Ruth, we have to keep good contact with them. So when we go to Kenya, we can visit.
Oh, they'll disappear the day they hear you are there.
I hope not.
They're
Because
gonna say, man, I had to go to Mashambani, I didn't make it back.
I want to go visit Kisumu, so I might just have an excuse to go.
You know
to
how
Ruth.
Kenyans you can call them, they're looking at you, they're saying, and you could be in Kisumu town, they're saying, man, I'm so sorry, I'm right now in Siaya.
And there's no way you can know anyway, right? So
Yeah,
I hope I'll still be in good books by then.
you can track them down.
Mhm.
I'll help you track them down.
We can yeah, we can do that, right?
Yeah.
So when you send Esther the laptop, put a GPS there.
Yeah,
Then
Esther, you know I have
that
to do
way.
something on that laptop. I
Mhm.
I can't just, my ego
What?
will not let me give you that thing without being tracked.
I know, right?
I can't just do that without being tracked.
Mhm.
The sacrifices we make.
Mhm.
It's fun.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
track.
right. But you know, if you have to launch to go to space, we have to track that laptop. It might
Oh, yeah.
just, you know,
Definitely.
blow up, and
Mhm.
we need to look for it and get the data.
Hey,
Esther,
I'm just listening. I'm
Esther,
listening.
hakuna
Yeah.
cha bure.
Mhm.
Not the things I know.
Hakuna cha bure.
Yeah. So all this is the basic Panda
Okay.
stuff, the same. So now, since you have brought in the CSV as and converted it to DF,
Mhm.
so you can do all that. And okay, so I was gonna go to, it can map it. These are the plots
Mhm.
for the region. There are so many, so it was really
Yeah.
a lot. But I
Every
mean, you get,
country, yeah.
yeah, it gets the idea
Ooh, look at
of.
that.
Mhm. But China still has the biggest. Now we know.
Like, China probably lost 2 million people. They won't just accept it.
Yes. And the other thing I'm thinking is, even just because maybe they were doing a better data collection than others.
Okay.
Because when you look at that, it's China, Canada, United Kingdom, France,
Yeah.
and Australia. They might have been able to track the data and better than all the others.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So this is,
I like that.
so this one now is when you start, the GeoPanda comes in.
Do you have shape files, or you can make shape files, or do you have to download them?
For shape files,
Mm-hmm.
for the let's
mapping?
see, for the mapping, let me show you what it has. It has this,
Yeah.
and then it has that.
Yeah. So when you do this again, the shape file is gonna give you the dots like for Kenya.
Yeah,
As much
like
as
this
the
one.
data sets are vague. So you're gonna give us different colors, right?
Yeah, it should, because now
Yeah,
with
like-
this,
like
the
right-
dots have been
right there, yeah.
incorporated into,
Yeah.
and I believe we can color code.
Yeah, you can change the color code, the edge color, the width.
Yes.
For the non-color there, you can put something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's about it. That's where I got to. I didn't finish. It had a little more. So I mean,
are you guys gonna present this in Chinese or in English? Or you're gonna use
In
Esther's
Kikuyu.
Esther's accent?
no, Esther, see, we are gonna create our own language.
Yeah, we're going to do it in Kikuyu. Kwanza we add Luya.
Yeah.
See, you know the way Nani Gogo Wadhiongo did when he went to California to present this. He was gonna receive an award for something, and he just gave his speech in Kikuyu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be us.
Yeah.
Esther and my.
And then it's gonna be live annotated as you talk. Translates it.
Yeah, that would be nice. So yeah, so I guess that's what we were thinking.
So the biggest thing, remember, is your deduction, the inference.
Yeah.
What we learn from it, how we can interpret it, and how it's going to be helpful to the decision maker, the future generation, how we can prevent and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I was also thinking of doing a prediction.
Okay, prediction analysis, yeah.
Like now we can, like the way we've chosen like the 4 countries, whose data is kind of credible. We can use the results, like we can try and see whether we can predict, maybe depending on the trends.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking this data set was kind of old.
Yeah.
It was from last year, like way maybe July.
So you'll need the latest, right?
So we can get the latest one, and I'm sure that will give us better numbers
Yeah.
to work with.
So let me ask Emily.
Mm.
You and Esther are going to be doing together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Emily and Esther together,
Mm-hmm.
and any other group? Esther.
Nancy.
Huh?
Nancy and I.
Okay. I being Ruth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we have any other group you guys know of?
I don't know, because I don't know Brenda where she's at. I know she
I
was.
don't think Brenda is into this thing. Remember
Okay.
one time she shouted very loud.
And Joseph?
Joseph I know is in, but we need to look and see if we can pair Joseph maybe with Ibrea.
Yeah.
If Ibrea is available, Moyale is very far from the rest of the world.
Yeah. Maybe
But
the hardest would be the time getting them,
Yeah,
to
but
to
I'm sure they can
corroborate.
work it out.
Yeah.
By Ibrea, I'll reach out. It's almost like, yeah, alifunga virago akaenda.
He's done.
Done. So we'll reach out and find out if he's still willing to work with us.
Okay.
Yeah. So when do you guys think you can present this? When do you think you're going to be ready with your data set? Make sure the data set is clean, eh?
That we might we cannot say right now, because we haven't, on Fridays when we talked about it and we wanted to pass it through you,
Okay.
and then now we can go ahead and start.
I think I like it.
Okay.
Just make it not so obvious like somebody already did it before.
Yeah. No, actually, even these, we were not gonna do directly these, because
Yeah.
these I had done when I was like trying to learn about what GeoPanda and if it's how it's done and all that.
Yeah.
So I believe we can work something.
You know what you can do?
Mm.
This, you don't have to go with my suggestion, okay?
Yeah.
But you cannot do the COVID for the whole world.
Yeah.
Pick a few countries, the most affected,
Mm-hmm.
and then we are from Kenya,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You want to focus on Kenya. What did we
Mhm.
get in Kenya, and what are the lessons and what are the predictions?
Right.
So you can compare United States, China, and maybe a few other countries, and then you can give us this graph. You can see this,
Yeah.
but try to abstract it. So
Mhm.
because people like, not everybody will be asking for everything, but say,
Yeah.
hey, they give us something. Kenya might not be giving you the results.
Yeah.
They might not give you the pure data, but we can predict.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where your prediction comes in. As
Okay.
as
Yeah,
fake,
where you
as
pick.
fake as their numbers are, but we can predict.
Yeah, you pick like sample,
Yeah.
and then you now do their analysis.
Yeah. So you can do the whole world here.
Yeah,
and
to
then
show
do,
that.
Yeah.
And then you pick the samples.
Yeah. And then we
And now
focus on
go
Kenya.
into detail.
Yeah.
There's somewhere I'm lost in translation. I don't know if it's the English.
Huh? Say again. Esther is a cartoon. You know that?
I know, now I'm getting to know.
She's a cartoon, and she's
now
already talking
at least
Chinese
now she's louder. We can hear. When we started, oh my God, I had to lean over my
Yeah, I always
computer.
lean over, like, what
At
is she
least-
talking about?
At least now we can hear.
Oh, okay. I'm saying like like we do the world, then we take the prediction. Now we do Kenya separately, or now we predict. I don't understand how Kenya comes.
Yeah, so you do the world, eh? Like
We do,
this.
yeah.
I like
this one.
Emily, scroll up. Yeah,
that one.
This one is beautiful. You give
For
them
the
a
whole
bit
world.
an eye a bird's eye view,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but you see where you're from, where the life is really affecting you and your people. That's where you
Mhm.
want to know.
Yeah.
So it might not be correct, but you see, hey, this is what, if we were looking at Kenya, this is what we'll be looking at. So if Kenya has some data we can work with, which I believe WHO probably has,
Mm-hmm.
then we should be able to also point at Kenya, and then we say, this is what happened in Kenya, this is what happened in Uganda, this is what happened in Tanzania, maybe Burundi and Southern Sudan. And then we can say Kenya probably had this case, and that case, and then we compare with other neighboring countries. It's always a comparative study.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Negua.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So is that good? Like,
Yeah.
okay, you guys will
Yeah.
come up with something then. But my question here is, when do you want to present it? When do you think you guys are gonna be ready? So I can prep Jackie, and then we set a date.
Can we first can we get back to you in the week?
Yeah, you can get back to me.
Yeah, so we can talk about it and then
So
we can know.
so from my own small world,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that you and Emily and Esther,
Mm-hmm.
you're locked in, right?
Yeah.
Just the two of you,
Yeah.
and you're going to do a data set on COVID, and then you're going to visualize it.
Yeah.
You're going to give us the picture of the world and how it affected and which are the most affected countries. And then you're going to focus on maybe Africa, East Africa, and then in particular Kenya. And then you're going to do some predictive analysis.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, so you guys will come back to me, and then we can give you maybe up to 3 weeks to do the preparation. And then me and you, Esther and Jackie, will be meeting. We'll be meeting to make sure that we know exactly. When you present there, Esther, you have to show your face. And Emily will also show her face.
Yeah.
Make sure your microphone is working correctly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll cut you short. It has, because I mean, people will be many, over 80 plus people. We don't want any disappointment.
Yeah.
So we'll meet probably twice. We make sure we prepare.
Yeah.
Esther, when you're doing presentation, a word kama nini, sijui nini, lakini, just 1 minute. No. English.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't do that, then my friendship and yours will be done.
So I guess Esther, we might want to wait after the laptop gets there.
Oh no.
Yeah,
No.
then
So that when if the friendship is ending, you have
no,
the laptop.
No. Esther, me and you, we are done.
what?
You know the way some people are like they are
But-
very good friends when they are wanting something, and then after that
After
like,
everything is done, they're like,
Yeah.
What?
I'm done.
Are we friends?
But Esther,
Friendly?
if you have to go to Ngamia for this presentation, so be it. But I know your connection is normally very good.
Yeah, unless the lights disappear, KPLC.
Yeah. Oh man, don't even say that. Take a battery from
You need
somebody's
to
car.
talk to them.
Take a battery
Yeah.
from somebody's car. Make sure that power is not disappearing.
Yeah, it won't. I will pray for that day.
Yeah, that will be so much of a stomach pain.
Mhm.
Because I know you're gonna make it disappear just so we can blame somebody.
Well,
Okay.
well,
I think that's good. So you guys get back to me,
Mm-hmm.
and then we see what's up.
That would be good. Yeah.
I don't know if Miss Ruth want to talk to us today. You wanna say about yours?
We still have some on the table, but we are yet to decide. Though we started. One
Which
was
table is that? I don't see that table.
no. I'm saying
Yeah.
we had like 4 projects on the table.
Okay. Give me the list, Ruth. That's why we're talking right now.
One
One?
of them is attrition, employee attrition.
Oh, okay. I did that
Yeah.
before. Do you know which employees in America or in Kenya? What affect their layoff and stuff like that? It's okay. What's the next one?
That was okay. I need to see the list. We had what? Sorry.
You want to pick something which people can relate with.
Not pick.
Something very interesting.
There was one about e-commerce.
E-commerce? Okay, what about e-commerce?
I need to get the, okay. Just a minute.
Okay. Sorry if I caught you unaware.
Yeah. You are still working on the.
So you and Nancy, right?
Yeah, me and Nancy.
Your microphone will be available, Ruth? Yes, I need to know.
My microphone, it's working.
Okay.
The problem is
checking.
usually.
You're
The
the one who
problem is
always
usually.
you're the one who always tell us it's your microphone.
Yeah, there's crime analysis.
Crime analysis, which city?
We are yet to decide on that.
Ooh, okay.
And
you know where you're gonna get the data sets?
okay, we were still using the Kaggle data sets.
Okay, that's a good data set.
And customer segmentation.
Customer segmentation, can you break it down?
So we have to choose the business, okay, to write on the business case, because we realize that customer segmentation, you can have, there are lots of things to pick on customer segmentation. We are just trying to break them down.
Okay, when do you think you're gonna be ready to finish breaking this down?
Okay.
I would like you guys, like you and
Yes.
and I'll work with you guys. I would like you and Nancy, whatever you guys come up with, we also have to have visualization. You see, like the visualization Esther and Emily is gonna come up with, it's gonna be like a good one. So we have to make sure if your visualization is gonna be there, I'm gonna help you guys and see if we can get something close to like a Neo4j. And I also might do the same with Emily and Esther. We just put some dummy data in there. If it's with COVID, we can say, hey, this is how the tracking would be, or this is how we could have done the tracking, or this is how the tracking was done, or this is how we could actually be able to track it and be able to predict it in real life. So even though you are not yet ready, you are not yet decided, but I would like you guys to come back to me and show me what you guys are doing so I can also have some input to help you. The
Let me just
visualization
share
is,
with you the first 2 lines.
huh?
We had started the one for attrition.
Yeah, but you're telling me you're not yet decided. Now you've already started.
Okay, we are not yet decided because I talked to Nani, Lucy.
Okay.
And she told me that we prepare at least 3 projects. So we were still debating on the 3 projects as
Okay.
which one is the best. Yeah, that was now the challenge.
So do you know when you're gonna be decided? Like in a week, in 2 weeks? Because we're gonna space them out.
Yeah,
If Wakina Emily do theirs this weekend, next weekend we don't do anything, and then the following weekend. So we space like 2 weeks in between. We prepare. So when you go in there, we leave no room for no error.
okay.
Mhm. So it's
Like,
upon you and Nancy to decide. You can bring in Lucy if you guys want to help you, but let me know what I can do to also inject in my 3 cents. So when we go out there, because we'll have to rehearse, me, you, Nancy, and Jackie at least 3 times, at least 3, but most likely twice.
so you'll help us decide. Okay. We were to get back to you by Wednesday.
This Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you don't have to have me on the phone. You just email me. Whatever you
Yeah,
decide.
because we have just met twice.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, do it, and then we'll prep you. By the time you're done, you'll be like, wow, I didn't believe I could do it. Yeah. But this will be very good. So, I mean, Emily, if you want, you can ask Brenda. If you want, you guys can have on the sidekick. But she said, no. So I don't know.
I can ask her. I will
Yeah.
reach out.
Some of these things expose people to unseen opportunities.
True.
Yeah. You might think maybe you have it all, so you don't need this, until one day when you don't have it, you say, man, I wish I took advantage.
Yeah. And it anyway works as a portfolio.
It works very well because you can put, this is almost like a capstone. You did capstone in your projects, right?
Yeah. I did an internship. We had to choose between internship or a capstone. So I got an internship. So
Yeah.
that helped. So this is like what Annabelle did, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Whoever don't want, that's fine. But I would really.
It's highly encouraged to.
I would really encourage somebody, but whoever don't want, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
But I
right.
would really encourage. It's a good thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess. Esther, you have anything else to add?
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. So I'm good. Esther, we'll link up. We'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Ruth, have a good one. Esther, have a good one.
Same to you. Thank you.
Sounds good.
you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
George. Have a good one.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.